Every headline today warns us that artificial intelligence is coming for our jobs, threatening to upend our entire global economy. We picture a dystopian future filled with mass unemployment and struggle, but what if this massive disruption is actually a disguise? What if the exact same technology destroying traditional employment is secretly building the foundation for a world without any poverty? This isn't science fiction. Top researchers and economists are currently modeling a future that completely shatters our traditional understanding of money. They call it post-scarcity. It is an economic paradigm where the cost of living essentially plunges to absolute zero. Imagine a society where energy, materials, and complex services are so incredibly abundant that human sweat is no longer required. How would humanity function if you never actually had to work another day in your life just to survive? To understand this radical shift, we have to look past the panic and examine what happens when intelligence becomes free. For centuries, human civilization has been entirely built around the fundamental economic principle of scarcity and limited available resources. If you wanted something built, grown, or calculated, it required expensive human labor and incredibly massive amounts of physical energy. But artificial general intelligence, or AGI, fundamentally breaks this ancient rule by turning intelligence into an infinitely replicable digital commodity. Once an AGI system reaches human-level competence, it can immediately be copied millions of times across vast global server networks. These digital workers never sleep, never demand wages, and continuously improve their own efficiency at a staggering, unprecedented exponential rate. Suddenly, the cost of complex intellectual labor, from advanced medical research to complex architectural engineering, drops dramatically towards zero. Combine this infinite digital mind with advanced robotics, and the physical extraction of essential raw materials becomes entirely automated too. Fusion reactors managed by AGI could eventually provide limitless clean energy, removing the final major expense from the global supply chain. This sounds like an absolute paradise, but transitioning from our current system to a post-scarcity utopia will be incredibly chaotic. Our entire social hierarchy and personal identity are deeply tied to our careers and how much financial wealth we accumulate. As millions of traditional jobs evaporate overnight, society faces an immediate and terrifying existential crisis regarding human purpose and value. How do we distribute resources during the awkward transition phase when human labor is suddenly rendered completely obsolete by machines? If corporations own the AGI and the robots, won't they simply hoard all the wealth, creating unprecedented global economic inequality? This is the dark limitation of the post-scarcity dream. Technology alone cannot solve the deeply ingrained human flaws of greed. Governments will be forced to intervene radically, fundamentally redesigning how taxation and wealth distribution function in a fully automated world. Concepts like universal basic income, once considered fringe political ideas, are now being seriously championed by tech leaders like Sam Altman. But a basic income check is merely a temporary patch. The ultimate goal is making the concept of income itself irrelevant. We must navigate this treacherous economic minefield carefully, or risk creating a dystopian techno-feudalism instead of a liberated human utopia. If we successfully cross the transitional bridge, the macroeconomic landscape of human civilization will become entirely unrecognizable to us today. Imagine advanced AI managing a global network of autonomous farms, instantly delivering perfectly synthesized nutrition directly to your doorstep. Automated robotic construction swarms could 3D print beautiful, sustainable homes using infinitely recycled materials extracted from our atmosphere and oceans. When the cost of production, transportation, and labor effectively reaches zero, the price tags on everyday goods simply vanish. Money itself might transform from a survival necessity into a niche system used only for acquiring extremely rare vintage artifacts. Stanford macroeconomic models suggest a post-AGI world could experience unprecedented deflation, turning absolute luxury into the standard baseline human experience. This isn't about giving everyone piles of cash. It is about permanently demonetizing the basic requirements for a high-quality human life. Healthcare becomes universally flawless as superintelligent medical agents constantly monitor your biology, curing diseases long before any symptoms actually appear. Education evolves into highly personalized, lifelong journeys guided by patient AI tutors dedicated entirely to your unique intellectual growth. The traditional boundaries dividing the rich and the poor will blur as material wealth loses its historical power and meaning. Social status will no longer be determined by the expensive car you drive or the luxury brands you can afford. Instead, human value will fundamentally shift toward internal metrics, fundamentally altering the psychological fabric of our entire global society. This brings us to the deepest, most terrifying, and beautiful question. What do we do when we don't have to? For thousands of years, the daily struggle for survival has dictated our schedules, our relationships, and our overall life choices. Without the constant pressure of paying rent or buying food, humanity faces the ultimate blank canvas of pure, unadulterated freedom. Some fear this will lead to endless digital escapism and profound laziness, a civilization lost in simulated virtual reality pleasures. But historical data shows that when human beings are freed from survival stress, they instinctively turn toward creation and exploration. A post-scarcity world could ignite a new global renaissance, where billions of people freely pursue art, philosophy, and scientific curiosity. We will finally have the time to nurture deep human connections, raise our children with intention, and heal our planet. AGI isn't just a tool to eliminate jobs. It is the ultimate catalyst for human self-actualization and spiritual evolution. By surrendering the burden of endless labor to machines, we might finally discover what it truly means to be human. The most valuable resource in a universe of unlimited abundance will be the one thing AI cannot generate: authentic human experience. If a superintelligent machine could instantly provide you with everything you ever desired, what would you choose to do tomorrow morning? Thank you for watching Captain Curious. If this vision of the future sparked your imagination, please subscribe, like, and comment below.